So you're already creating your reality actively every day without even realizing it. Things may feel random a lot, but they actually aren't. My name is Erin, and I'm a manifestation coach, and I talk about all things law of attraction and manifestation. And today we're going to be talking about how you are actively manifesting every single day, even if you're not putting any effort into manifesting. So, manifesting is basically bringing things from a thought into reality. So, everything starts from a thought and then it goes and turns into reality, right? So that's why it's really important to watch what you think and how you respond to things, because your thoughts are what create your reality. So manifesting happens all the time, and it's really just how you manifest that matters. For example, when I was a little girl, I was like 6 or 7, and my brother came from Florida to come and visit us. And he was like a lot older than me, but he told me right then and there, he said, I am going to be a millionaire one day. And he felt it with everything in his bones. And every day that I had seen him, or whenever I had spent some time with him again, he had kind of explained that to me. This was because he was surrounded by a lot of people who were successful. So he was able to see that and be able to emulate that. So that goes into like role models. Now, a lot of us don't have that. Some of us, we don't come from a area where we're surrounded by people who are creating wealth for themselves, and we come from a place where our family kind of lived in poverty, or we didn't understand finances, and we are just going basically off what we are taught. And a lot of the times we have what's called a subconscious belief, and those self-limiting beliefs. Those stem out from like our childhood and are something that we replicate our parents seeing. So a lot of the times if we saw like our parents in lack, or the people surrounding us, it created this subconscious belief within our mind saying, oh, I'm not worthy of that. That's not something that I have, or like you have to be this type of way in order to receive that way, or millionaires are this way, or things of that sort. With my brother, he didn't necessarily have that. He did a little bit. But he was able to kind of have an example of realizing, hey, this is possible for me. So because of that, he went on to create a beautiful life and reality for himself, where he was able to start his own business and create his dreams. And it's been an amazing process to see, because when I was younger, I heard him say those things and I had self-limiting beliefs, and I was always like, this guy's crazy. He's not actually going to be a millionaire. He's not going to be super successful like that. I mean, that just happens to a certain amount of people, right? And now he's created that reality for himself. But he never sat there and actively manifested. He just knew that that was possible for him, did not have a self-limiting belief in order to stop him from feeling that way, and he created that for himself. So sometimes we have to sit there and stop and reprogram ourselves. And that's why a lot of manifestation is healing. It's about shadow work and really finding the core of why you're feeling blocked on something. And I talk about like wealth manifestation, but other areas as well. But within that, we have to look about what the core is stopping us from things. So like say that it's a relationship. And let's say that your mom was a single mom and she struggled with like finding a partner, and the people that kind of came around just weren't really worthy until she found somebody, or something along the lines of that. So you look in that same way, and you are mirroring those patterns because that's all that you have seen. So you go through that, and you could have some kind of self-limiting belief like, oh, a woman with 2 children is unworthy, or something absolutely asinine and stupid, but because you are worthy, okay? But I lost my train of thought. I have hardcore ADHD. Hold on. Anyways, you could have a self-limiting belief about that. So it's all about trying to find the core of why you feel that way, okay? And it's also, we talk about like manifestation is always happening. So you have to find the core of what the problem is. And I created this thing called the why method. And basically what that is where you look at the belief or the reason why you are going through. So for me, it was like a lot about around financials. I'm like, why is this stopping me? And then I would be like, oh, because of this reason. I'm like, well, why did that reason happen? And then I would why myself until I got to the very core of it. The thing is you have to be so honest and real with yourself. You have to be willing to not cloud yourself, and be like super honest about how your life is and what you experienced, and be willing to really be raw with yourself and get down to the core of it. Now, sometimes a self-limiting belief doesn't always come, but what it does is there's tests that come along, and there's things that you experience, or hiccups that you experience towards your manifestation. And when you experience that hiccup, you have to say, okay, well, this is a hiccup. Why is this stopping me? And the more that you have of those, the more you're able to realize what's going on within your manifestation and why it's stopping you. And your thoughts are something that really create your reality. So when you are thinking negative all the time, like, I'm not worthy, I'm unlucky, I'm never going to be able to achieve this, things that's, I'm never going to get the promotion, right? Or like, oh, they said that I was a good candidate. Like, this was perfect. I had a client and she said, well, they said I was a great candidate for the role and that there was a strong possibility. She goes, but they just say that to everybody. And I was like, no, babe. That's your self-limiting belief right there. They don't just say that to everybody, okay? You are a really great candidate for the role, and you have to own that, and you have to know that that job is yours. That is yours. You are worthy of it. You know, you've done the work. You've put in the action in order to create this for yourself. So it's all about looking at things like that instead of like downgrading yourself. And a lot of that times it's stuff that we do unconsciously. It's not because, you know, we're sitting here and we're super down on ourselves. That's just how we are programmed to kind of go through life. So manifestation is making an effort to deprogram yourself from all of these like crazy things. And that's why your vibration, which is like your frequency, your energy, where you're vibing at. So high vibration is happy, low vibration is sad, right? So you have to make sure that you're maintaining a high vibration, because a lot of the things that you want on the spectrum of like manifestation, like a better life, all of this come in a high vibrational field. So you have to make sure that you are remaining positive. The thing is though, is it's not about being like toxically positive. Like life is great even though everything's on fire around you. No, okay? It's about the first thought that you have is the one that you really can't control, but the second one is the one that matters. So if you sit there and you be like, oh my gosh, I look terrible in this outfit or something along the lines of, the second one's what's matter. It's like, no, I have a beautiful body, I have a great soul, and you just try to go through that. And a lot of the reasons why people say affirmations are really important, because your subconscious response to affirmations, because we have this thing called a reticular activating system, okay? And it is basically your brain's filter, right? We only have so many filters because there's so much going on around us all day, every day. So we can't necessarily see or pick up on everything all at once. So our brain filters that for us, right? And it filters us based off of what we say and how we feel and our emotional frequency. So if we're always like in a crappy place, we're watching crappy TV shows or listening to bad music, that stuff matters too, because that's programming your subconscious. Or let's say that you're around people that are negative. The thing is that your reticular activating system remembers that, and it says, okay, well, I'm gonna pick this out and I'm gonna show this to this person. The second that you start to retrain your reticular activating system by thinking positive or showing it different things and telling it different things like affirmation, things of that sort, that's when your subconscious starts to shift, and that's when everything changes for you, because manifestation isn't based off of wanting something and saying something out loud. It's based off of how your subconscious responds. And that's why the self-limiting beliefs that I was talking about comes into play, because you have to literally take your subconscious and train it. And I know that sounds like overwhelming and that's a lot to do, but truly it's not. You just have to spend a little bit of time of trying to train your mind. We sit here all day and we protect ourselves from everything else, but we never protect our minds, right? So that means that what you consume TV wise, who you're around, things like that, protect your energy. You're so worthy and so amazing. You could totally protect your energy. And once you do that, make these small little tweaks here or there, step into and embody the role of the person that you want to be, you can create everything. So you have to know what you want, okay? You have to find the self-limiting beliefs on why you don't already have that. And then you need to retrain your subconscious mind in order to get there by staying high vibration, right? Not toxic positivity, but high vibration. And once you do that, you can create your reality and create this amazing life for yourself, and everything changes. I know, I'm speaking from it. I used to live in a crappy apartment. I got 6 kids and I live in a huge house. You know what I mean? I have a great life. Like things change for me the second I started to embody these kind of things, and they can change for you. So that's why I'm making these videos, because I really want to help you. Also, there's a free PDF link in my bio, so if you kind of want to go over this and like look at like a little bit of how I work through things, go ahead and check that out. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe more. I try to make daily videos or videos all the time. If it's not a daily video, it's a short, so I'll go ahead and put something out there for you. But I really hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you have a great day, and good luck with your manifesting.